Earlier in the series, I talked about something I called the snowball effect. Remember, anxiety isn't random, it's cumulative, mental load. That snowball is already huge. So when it hits something, it hits hard. Hey there, and welcome back to Why Am I Like This, a 5-part series to help moms understand anxiety when you're tired of carrying everything alone. And today we're on the final part, part 5, which is number 1 reason small arguments feel bigger than they are. So let's talk about arguments, and not the big dramatic ones, the small ones, like the comment that lands wrong, the tone that hits a nerve, or the question that feels like too much, right? The moments where, something tiny suddenly turns into a fight. And afterward, you're left thinking, why did that get so big? Or why am I still upset about this? Or my personal favorite, why can't I just let this go? If that sounds familiar, I want you to hear this. This isn't a character flaw. It's not a sign that your relationship is even broken. This is your nervous system asking for support. So let me give you a real example here. It's the end of the night. Your kids are finally settled, tucked into bed, and you're sitting on the couch, shoes off, brain is half off, right? And your partner says, "Hey, did you end up going to the grocery store today?" And before you can even answer, they add, "If not, could you maybe go tomorrow?" Nothing about that question is unreasonable, right? But your body reacts instantly. Your chest tightens, your stomach drops, your brain jumps straight to tomorrow, work, kids, meals, appointments, and suddenly tomorrow already feels too full. And what comes out of your mouth isn't quite calm, maybe isn't very nice, maybe it's more sharp. I literally didn't stop all day. Or maybe it's defensive. Why is that on me? Or maybe it's shutdown. I cannot deal with this right now. Then later, when things settle, the guilt creeps in because they were just asking. But what your nervous system heard was, here's one more thing that you're responsible for. And this is where I want to offer a reframe and let you know what's really happening. That moment, it wasn't the beginning. That was the impact point. Earlier in the series, I talked about something I called the snowball effect. Remember, anxiety isn't random. It's cumulative. Mental load, decision fatigue, noise, unspoken feelings, moments that you just powered through instead of pausing. Each one on its own is going to feel manageable, but when they're all stacked together without any release, they start to roll. And by the time that grocery question comes up, that snowball is already huge. So when it hits something, it hits hard. You're not overreacting. You're reacting to everything that came, before that moment. When the snowball has been rolling all day, your nervous system is going to shift into protection mode. So a disagreement no longer feels like a disagreement. It feels like a threat. Your body responds first. The tight chest, sharp tone, shutting down, snapping. And only afterward does your brain try to make sense of it all. That's why you're going to say things that you don't mean, or pull away, or feel flooded with emotion that you just can't explain. And this isn't a communication problem. It's a capacity problem. And this is important. You can love your partner deeply and still feel activated around them because your nervous system isn't responding to who they are. It's responding to how much you've been holding. And this is especially true for moms. When you've been needed all day, when your body hasn't had space to reset, when the snowball has been rolling since 6 a.m., there's no room left, right? And the goal, it's not to never get activated, right? Never feel anxious or overstimulated or frustrated, because life doesn't work that way. You're human. The goal is to notice the snowball sooner. Awareness is key because then you can slow it down and create moments of release before it crashes into the people you love. And that's where real change happens. So here's a powerful place to start. When you feel yourself getting activated in a moment of conflict, pause and ask yourself, what has my nervous system been carrying today? Not who's right, who's wrong, how do I fix this right now? Just that one question. What has my nervous system been carrying today? That question is going to create space. And space is what turns reaction into response. And this is why this whole series matters. The mess meltdowns, the evening overwhelm, the noise sensitivity, the relationship tension, they're not separate problems. They're all part of the same system. And when you stop fighting your nervous system or avoiding it, and you start understanding it, that's when the shift can begin. If you've watched this series all the way through, just take a moment to notice what you understand now. That your anxiety isn't random, that your reactions might make a little sense, that your nervous system has been doing its best to protect you, that these moments aren't failures. They're signals just asking for support, space, and care. And if there's one thing that I hope you take away from this series, it's this. You're not broken. You're not failing. And you don't need to fix yourself. You need understanding. You need compassion. And you need the tools that work with your nervous system, not against it. If certain episodes landed a little more deeply than others, please go back and watch them again, because understanding is not linear. It's going to deepen over time. And the more you build capacity, so every time you meet yourself with curiosity instead of criticism, that snowball is also going to slow down. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for your time and your energy. I know how precious it is. And also just thank you for letting me walk, through this with you. Until next time, embrace every moment.